In this video, we are going to discuss the billing and expense tool. Using the case that we initially created using the Smart Entry feature, we're going to select the action button and view details, bringing us inside of that case. So when you're working on a case, you have a few options on how to track your time. The first option is this timer tool here, where if you select Start Timer, you'll be prompted to add a memo or description of what you're working on. Let's say review case details. We'll go ahead and start the timer. Here you'll see that our time is now being tracked in hours, minutes, and seconds. Now, while this timer runs, I'll point out that if you would like to track your time in a different format other than hours, minutes, and seconds, we have this option here, which is the time factor. So we have it set to 1. 1 means that it is logging 1 second for every second that passes. However, if you go into your settings, down here you'll see time factor. You can change this number to track your time in a different way. This has to be done on your own by calculating how you would like your time to be tracked if you do not want a 1-to-1 ratio. However, we did make it available for you to track your time using a different time factor if that is how you would like to do it. Now, as you'll notice, we just left the case. Now let's go ahead and go back into the case. Here you'll see that the timer is still running. So if you start the timer, no matter where you go or what you do, the timer will still continue to run until you click Stop Timer here. So let's go ahead and stop the timer. And now you'll see under log time, we have 1 minute and 45 seconds. So let's say that's the amount of time it took us to review the case details. Let's go ahead and log one more time by using the timer button. So we'll go ahead and say call client, and we'll start the timer again. And again, the timer will run until we are done with our task. Let's go ahead and let this run for a few more seconds, and we'll go ahead and stop the timer. And here you'll see that will be updated. Now we have 1 minute and 57 seconds. So if you are out in the field, or you're unable to access your program for whatever reason, or you simply prefer to log time manually, that is the second option of the way that you can log your time. So here you'll see log manual time. So let's say we were out conducting surveillance. We'll say surveillance for the memo or the description. And let's say we were out for 4 hours and 12 minutes. You can add that time here, and we'll go ahead and log that time. So as you can see, that was now been logged as 4 hours, 13 minutes, and 57 seconds. Now let's go ahead and log one more manual time entry. So now let's say we are report writing. And let's say that took 3 hours, 7 minutes, and 19 seconds. You can log that and log that time into your total. Now, when you're ready to bill your client or create a billing report or an invoice, you can do that by clicking Bill Existing Hours here. So when you do that, you will first be prompted to add your rate. Now this is an hourly rate. So you will add your hourly rate, let's say $100 an hour, and we'll go ahead and click Continue. Here you get a little preview of your billing report. So here you see the task that you did and the time that it took you to do it in hours, minutes, and seconds. We'll go ahead and select Download Report. We'll select our desktop. And now that report has been generated. I'll go ahead and open that. And by default, these reports are exported as Word documents. The reason for that is so that you have the freedom to edit this however you like once it's been downloaded. Here you can see we have just a basic title, Timer Report. We have our client's name, our case number, and our hourly rate. Here on the left, you have the date. You have your memo or description of the task you were doing. You have the time in hours, minutes, and seconds. And then we've also added a column here for the same time, but tracked in tenths of an hour. So here you have 0.1. Here you have 4.2 for that 4 hours and 12 minutes. 3 hours and 7 minutes, we have 3.2. And then over here, you have your rate. So remember, we put in $100 an hour. So here you have your rate calculated for you. Then at the bottom, you'll see a total. So we have the total time, 7 hours, 21 minutes, 16 seconds. In tenths of an hour, 7.4. And then our rate of $100 an hour has been calculated to 740. So again, this is downloaded as a Word document, so you can go in and make any edits that you'd like. Additionally, you have the option to build a custom report inside of the program. To do that, again, we'll click Bill Existing Hours. And here, where you're prompted to put in your hourly rate, you can select Add Custom Report. Here you'll be prompted with several prompts that we created: company name, company address, client address. You can choose to use those prompts if you'd like and input that information. So let's go ahead and put in CFI agency. And for the company address, and then for our client, we'll do and then if you want to add even more information, you can do that by putting in a custom field by clicking the plus button and adding your label or title. So let's go ahead and we'll add contact info. We'll do CFI contact info. And we will say CFI at caseflowinvestigator.com. We'll save that. So here now we have a custom field to our custom report. We'll go ahead and click submit. Now, when we go to bill existing hours, we'll select use custom report. Again, we'll put in our hourly rate. We'll click continue. Here again is that preview. We'll download the billing report, select our desktop. And now here you can see we have a custom billing report. So here we have our company name, the client name, case number, rate, client address, contact information, And then again, you can go through and edit this as you wish. And then the billing report itself remains the same. And you may have noticed if you click Bill Existing Hours, you can also update your custom report and change any of this information or add additional custom fields. Now, let's say you bill twice a month or once a week, however you do your billing. If you need to clear your logged time so that you can start your logged time over again, you can do that by selecting Clear Time. And Clear Time, which will then bring this back down to 0. Now, make sure that when you select Clear Time, you are 100% ready to clear your time, because this action cannot be undone. Now, to manage your expenses, it is very similar to the billing tool. We'll go ahead and click Manage Expenses here. Here you can see we don't have any expenses yet, but here you'll be prompted to add a description. So let's just say gas. And that was $20. And let's say we got gas today for this case. So we'll select today. And then we can add that expense. So here you can see that that's now been added there. And we can edit this by clicking the pen icon, or we can delete that expense. Let's go ahead and add one more. Let's say lunch, $12. Select a date, and we'll add that expense. So now, just like the billing report, you can use a custom report if you create one, or you can simply generate a report by clicking Generate Report. We'll choose our desktop, and then here you can see the basic expense report. Again, we have our client name, case number, the dates, the description, and the amount, and the total at the bottom. We look forward to seeing you in the next videos to discuss the rest of the tools in the Cases feature.